everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aurora, and I have a little goodie. I mean, yes, it's a sketchbook, and I did a sketchbook tour last week, which it didn't get a lot of love, but it's okay. This one is a little different. We're not doing a sketchbook tour as much as I'm going to show you my 100 heads in 10 days. Now, I got the idea from Amanda over at ALLJArt. And she's really awesome. She does great portraits and stuff. And she she just did hers the other day, and I told her, I was like, oh my gosh, I was doing that along with you, and I just finished mine too. So I thought I'd go ahead and show everybody what I did. Now, this is, I started it on June 22nd or 27th, and I was supposed to finish it on July 7th. That would have been 10 days. And I kind of finished it early because I was like, I'd get into the groove and I would just keep going and going and going and going. So I'm going to move this over here just a little bit so y'all can see. But I started out using colored pencils, and I know you're supposed to be doing like a head. You're supposed to be doing like the human head, and it's supposed to be like practicing portraitures, but I'm not very much of a portraiture person. I do more cartoons and stuff, so I figured I would do the 100 faces more or less in 10 days so that I could kind of practice like emotions, showing emotion and that sort of thing. And plus just practicing, drawing a head shape is always a good thing. So here's the first 10, and then I realized, why do they all have to be human? So I started drawing animals and things like that. So, and I was practicing hair, which is, my nemesis. So I did a lot of like hair studies in here too. So, but it was really fun to do. I had a great time doing it. And some of these came out a lot better than others did. This one in particular, I just thought that was the cutest thing ever. I have no idea what it is, but he's just so cute. And it's just, different styles of drawing. We had like boxy, almost kind of like a, I don't know, kind of a video game-ish type look, to like realism and then cartoons. And it was just really good practice. And I found myself where I was using, the circle technique with the line down the center and crisscross and all that. And it seems to me that that gives you so much leeway as to the shape of the face, the shape of the eyes, the eye placement, your nose placement, what type of nose you're going to draw. And of course, you've got your, straightforward 3/4 view and side view. But I wanted to push it a little further than that. So I've got like straight down views. It's just, I was practicing like with the chin up. Didn't turn out very well on that one. But this one is like, I like the way that one is kind of like tilted to the side as well. And some of these pictures I got off of Google, but most of them, the majority of them are just right off the top of my head. So it was, Charlie Brown. But it was really fun and informative for me to see how far I could push myself with the, not only the expressions, but different shape faces, different, the emotions with the different shape faces as well. So it was really, there's one of my favorites. That little girl came out really good. I don't know why. I just like the little tilt of her head. But yeah, it just came out. I'm going to do this again. I really want to do this again because it was a lot of help for me when it comes to my cartooning and trying to figure out styles. Like, you never know, like, how would I put this? It's like when you're drawing a cartoon, it's like, how do I draw that person's nose? And do I draw that person's nose the same way every single time? And if I change the nose up, does it change the entire look? Well, yes, it does. And then if I change that nose, I can change the mouth, the eye, and it just gives you a completely different character every single time. And I found that to be really interesting and very, it's just a really great learning tool to do something like this. And I had a great time. It was, just making up certain things. Look at this bunny. Now, tell me that isn't the cutest little bunny you've ever seen. I just fell in love with that bunny. But it was, it's like I'd never tried horns on anybody before, so I did that. And then he's got like the little dragon ears. It's certain things like that just let me push myself past what I was comfortable with, and allowed me to do things I wouldn't normally do, and just test different things out, which is really cool. And I don't normally use my sketchbooks for this sort of thing. I know that sounds kind of strange, kind of like, well, what the heck do you use them for? I use my sketchbooks to, like, finish a project. I actually will finish a picture in my sketchbook. It's not for sketching. I know this sounds very, very strange, but that's what. And so this was very refreshing for me. It's like, you know, nose piercings, larger gauge ears, you know, laughing out loud with the head tilted back. Just different stuff, and it just really, really was cool, and I enjoyed it so much. So I really want to thank Amanda for kind of turning me on to this. It was fun to do, and like I said, I had it finished in like no time. So, and then this is the kind of sort of thing I do with my sketchbooks. It's like a finished work. It's hardly ever, you know, something that I'm just sketching out. Not now, anyway. This was a sketch out for that, the scroller box that I did. I wanted to make sure that I had all the proportions right in that painting, so I sketched it out on here. But you could say that that's like a finished sketch. It's not just like a thumbnail or something. So you know, these are thumbnails. And here, see, I'm going against my own word here. These were thumbnails for some gouache paintings I'm doing. You may have seen this one on Instagram if you follow me. And then, oh, this was so cute. I did this for Casey Golden's. She did a live feed the other day. It was really fun to do. And that's it. But this 100 head challenge was really, I loved it. It was fun. And you just get to kind of branch out of, you know, of your comfort zones, honestly. And just experiment with stuff. And I really had a good time with that. So, thank you so much, Amanda, for turning me on to this. I learned a lot from it, and it was fun to do. Yeah, this is like where I started out with the color pencils. It was, I didn't like how I didn't get enough detail, so that's when I switched over to just using graphite. But yeah, these are some of my little sketchy drawings. And it's good to show, like, for shadows, like you can practice your shadows on faces. I mean, you see I didn't even add hair or anything. It's just the face with the shadows. But, yeah, it was fun. I really had a great time. And that's this sketchbook. I had gotten in the mail. I just want to mention to y'all. I got in the mail. I was like, I watched, oh, I forget who it was I was watching. But they had ordered some of the Arteza sketchbooks. And I was like, ooh, I'd like to try those. Because the paper looked really great. And of course they send you two. So the first one I took out, I have set up for my Inktober this year. And isn't it so pretty? I'm so happy with it. But this paper in these sketchbooks that's some thick paper. That's gonna handle ink really, really well. So there's my two little things, my little announcements for this week. So, I'm sorry I didn't have a better video for y'all, but I've been super, like, I've got a bunch of projects in the works right now that I'm still working on, and they'll be coming out. But, I just thought I'd throw this little one in there. I've been planning that 100 heads in 10 days, so I just thought I'd throw this in there just to make it a little spicy. So, let me know in the comments below if you're going to be in Inktober. This will be my 3rd year for Inktober. And I really love it. So I haven't decided on a theme for myself yet, but I always follow the official prompt list from Jake Parker. And and if you don't know about Inktober and Jake Parker, I will put links in the description box so you can go check that stuff out too. So, but it's a lot of fun. So I hope you guys follow me along when that finally arrives. And as always, if you guys want any kind of tutorials on how to, this one, it did not come out good. Okay, this is not a good example of my decorating skills on a notebook or a sketchbook. But I do have some really pretty ones. So if you guys want tutorials on how to do that, let me know. So, but I hope to see you guys next week. And I love you bunches. Bye.